What is up, YouTube? It is Diehard here, and today I would like to talk about coming direct to somebody. And you may think, well, I always go direct to people. Well, throughout the course of many years, I'm just going to give you a brief history here. For those of you who've known me for a while, such as like Nash from the Wolfpack clan, I've been playing the WWE games online since the original SmackDown vs. Raw. And I went to 06 and then 07. In 07, I think, is where I got the most known. That's when I became Diehard. But prior to that, I was Metalhead and various other names. But throughout all of that, and I say this because of what I saw. I saw Havoc did a video about SJ. And SJ was the original man of Destiny, and then Nash had said about the lobbies in 06 and 05. And you could literally set up a tournament in a matter of moments, and you knew who to avoid, who not to avoid, because after every match you got put back into these lobbies, and the lobbies were usually very full. With 07, it just kind of segregated it into just separate matches. So, you kind of had to guess. You didn't really know for sure, but you took a shot in the dark. But what I want to say is, after, as much as people didn't like SmackDown vs. Raw 2007 because it started removing moves, there was flaws with the game. There was like the headlock glitch on the outside, the single leg Boston Crab glitch on the outside, things like that. Auto win was really big on SmackDown vs. Raw 2007 on the PS2. But the one thing was, everything prior to that, if somebody had an issue with somebody, they went directly to the person they had the issue with. They didn't hide behind, or they didn't go to that person and try to act like they squashed their beef, but then go and tell a whole bunch of other people something totally different. That wasn't what happened. Issues were handled directly. If you had a problem with, like, a good prime example, when I first started playing 07, I started playing with VID the Blood God and VID Forsaken. A couple of months in, I started having some really big issues with Brandon Thompson. That was the Blood God. I went directly to him and I said, hey, things ain't working out, man. We got to get on some kind of level here because I'm just not feeling the way you're playing and what you're standing for. And so we stopped being friends. And then periodically we would talk or have a match or so, and he would like randomly disconnect out of matches, things like that. I could say the same thing about Infinite, who I got to know really well on 07, based on the ass whoopings I got from that guy. So Infinite didn't like me, but I didn't really like Infinite, but there was a mutual respect. We did not, go to other people saying, oh, F this guy. That wasn't what we did. We if we had an issue, if there was something that needed to be, taken care of, it was handled directly between us. There wasn't any third party involved. So let's fast forward to, at the time, what would have been the next gen consoles, PS3, the Xbox 360, which are current gen now. But I guess they're going to be last gen in a little bit, like a month. But anyway, so we go to this. We've got the party chat on Xbox. You've got the PSN chat thing. And then we got Skype nowadays. Skype wasn't big back then. Twitter wasn't big back then. YouTube was not big back then, okay? It just wasn't. But so nowadays, people will go, and I say this because last night when I was getting ready to stream my show, I saw a very sad thing on my Twitter feed from AC Arthurs. He's going to step away from the CAW world, or from the League and Fed scene for a little bit, due to the drama and the crap that's been going on. And I have a firm belief that it's got a lot to do with people not going direct to the source, that they have an issue. And a lot of it's rumors, a lot of it's lies, just the people trying to brown nose up to other people, but then they seem to forget that those same people are going to relay that information to the source of wherever this person's issue is. So I can only imagine what was said, but it's became apparent that nowadays it's 100 times, 1,000 times worse than what it ever was before. With the crossover to the next-gen consoles, the Xbox and the PS3, using the headsets, everybody was just, everybody kind of paired off and made their friends. and it's just kind of the way it was, or the way it is now. And that's how it's forever going to be. But what bothers me is that a lot of the people that say that they're above it, or that they're, they don't do it, they're the instigators of it. They're the ones that kind of initiate the starting point. They kind of help that launch point. And I don't want to say it's everybody, because it's not. There's a lot of people I know in this community that just don't do it. They don't involve themselves with that type of crap, because that's what it is. It's crap. I mean, everybody's got an opinion on everybody, no doubt about that. I'll never ever say that I'm friends with everybody, because it's impossible. I cannot be friends with everybody. I've tried to be friends with as many people as I possibly could throughout my numerous years of playing this game. And when I first started playing, I wasn't friends with many people, and then I became friends with as many people as I possibly could, and then I started getting disliked by people, and I'm slowly getting back to the point where people are starting to be my friend again. So it fluctuates a lot, but it's whatever. But one thing I've always done, and I know this is gonna kind of sound like a John Cena type thing, but like his hustle, loyalty, respect thing, I've always went direct to somebody, and I think Nash can attest to this if you watch this, Nash. But when Nash and I were doing 5-star championship wrestling, and this is SmackDown versus Raw 2011, so this was a couple of years ago. We were running it, and we had some of the TPP guys in there at the time. I wasn't really running the power plant then. We were just doing 5-star championship wrestling. We got introduced to Blaze and Craig Hazard, Craig Hazard went on to become the TPP champion, and he still works with me. And then Blaze went on to become Scott Barnett, and he's very well known within the simulation community now. So in that respect, but when things were kind of going a little awry with Nash and me, with 5-star championship wrestling, not sure where it was going to go, and people were getting unmotivated, we came directly to each other and said, hey man, we're at kind of a crossroads here, because we got to figure out what we're going to do. What are we going to do to fix this or get it back on track? And ultimately we decided it just wasn't the right time for 5-star championship wrestling to do it. So I went back to doing the power plant, and he continued on with the Wolfpack clan, which great group of simulation players, by the way, both PSN or PlayStation and Xbox cross-platform. I don't have the website link, so I can't post in the video description. But yeah, so we went off like that. We're still friends to this day. We are still friends. Myself and Nash, I don't think we've ever actually had a negative interaction with one another. I have the utmost respect for Big Ant, so no doubt about that. So Nash, if you do watch this, man, I love you. I always will, because I just do, man. But that's what I'm talking about, guys. I mean, because Nash and I, if there's an issue, we come direct. We don't. He doesn't run to like Monroe and say, oh hey, Die Hard said this, or this about me or whatever. He'll say it to me, and that's it. He'll say, hey, step up, son. Whatever, whatever he wants to say, he'll say it directly to me. Likewise with Monroe. Monroe will and which kind of leads into this next part. But when we had Alex J. Eric on our podcast, or on the TPP podcast, the night before, there was an Ask FM question that went on Alex J. Eric's his Ask account, that asked why people like Monroe, Arthurs, and Blaze were all starting to reassociate with me after they had said all these negative things about me. Well, for you, Mr. Annan Ask FM peruser, I don't know if you're the same person that does it to everybody with the anonymous accounts, but just so you know, I just want you to be aware that I'm well aware of everything that was said about me. Everything that I said to Monroe and everything that Monroe said to me, it was said directly to one another. See, even though you think that they're just randomly saying this stuff about me or about other people, typically those that are deserving of respect even if it's a very minimal amount of respect, they still give that much respect to the person that is the things are being said about. They say it directly to that person. They don't hide behind a magical little, oh man, if I can get so and so to be friends with me, then maybe, you know, I can get to the top. You know, it just doesn't work like that. And it's just things like that. But I just wanted to touch on that. And back to what my point was, coming direct with people. I'm very sad because I met AC Arthurs in SmackDown vs. Raw 2011. You know, that was when we teamed up with the Power Plant. And he started his league run, and then he went on to TXW, and then the defunct NGC, and then PWR, and now, due to everything that's been happening, this young man, okay, he's a young man. He has been patronized. He has been outcasted. Like, you guys don't understand. This guy is one of the coolest guys in the world. I've never had a bad thing to say about AC Arthurs, ever. I never will, because I've never had a bad interaction with him. It's always been fun, games, and laughter. It's never been, I hate you, AC Arthurs, I hope you die. It's never been anything like that. It's always been, I love you, AC Arthurs, when are we going to do this again? That is how it is. He is such a down-to-earth and relaxed individual. I don't understand why somebody, whoever you are, like I said, I don't know the full details of what happened. I just based off of previous experience. I'm just kind of branching out here, but yeah, based on my previous experience with situations similar to this, I can kind of get a feeling of how it happened. And I'm assuming somebody close to Arthur probably said something that they shouldn't have said to people that they shouldn't have said it to. They should have said it. You know who you are, and you should have said it directly to Arthur's. You should have said it directly to Andy, not about him to other people. You should have came direct. You should have been man enough to say it to him, not about him, but to him. And that's one thing that the community lacks. And I know this is going to piss people off when I say this, but a lot of people in this community, they lack this thing called spine. And you may not understand the pun to that, but if you have no spine, you have no backbone. You know, nothing. You have nothing to really hold you up. You're relying on others to help you. You're relying on others to mold your path. And that's one thing I've never done. I've never relied on others to put me in any position that I was in. I've always put myself in my own positions. And so that's why somebody could not say that I'm a spineless bastard. If somebody ever said that, I'd probably slap them because they're wrong. I know I'm not. I know I'm not spineless because I've got more spine than most. But that's a different story for a different day. This isn't a rant video about me or anything like that. I guess it's kind of like just a wrap-up of WWE 13 and the progression thus far with the community. I gotta agree with what Havoc said in his video. The community has spiraled down so far right now. Like, the community right now is at such a low point. This is like if you take the Attitude Era mode, like the store or the timeline thing that they had, this right now is like the Attitude Era's low point. That's what this is, because everybody's literally like backstabbing their friends. People are backstabbing their friends. People that considered them to be good friends, close friends, whatever. You know, that's what the community is doing right now, and it's not good. Right now, I would have to say that the Call of Duty community would probably be a little bit better than the WWE games community, and I don't even play Call of Duty anymore. That's how extreme it has gotten. It's gotten to the point where people say it's okay, or I guess because it's socially acceptable for certain people to call other people faggots, I guess that makes them a faggot as well. So this is kind of a really bland part of the subject here. I don't know. I don't care if that person watches it or not. I'm just saying, if it's okay for you to call other people faggots and pussies, I guess you're a faggot pussy. Whatever. Anyways, so the community as a whole has went so far downhill right now. Like, we're literally at the low point of the Attitude Era. So what I'm saying is, I'm not going to be friends with everybody. I never will. I know that. And I know certain people will say things about me. But, you know, it takes a real man, or woman for that matter if it is a woman that says stuff about me. It takes a real individual, a real person with spine to say it directly to me. And that's why I have a great respect for Arthurs. I have a great respect for Blaze. I have a great respect for Monroe. Although I may not see eye to eye with those people all the time, it's part of life. You're not going to agree with somebody 100% of the time. It just never, ever happens. If it does, somebody's lying to somebody. That's just the way it is. I don't agree with my wife 100% of the time. She does not agree with me, not even 20% of the time. So it's just the way that life works. Oh, she's motioning 0% of the time. That's just the way life works, guys. You cannot have perfect... Melinda says she is always right. And I agree, she is always right. And she said that I wear the very sexy pants. Like, as in Die Hard wears the sexy pants in the relationship. But, as I was saying, there's never going to be perfect harmony within the community. We all get that. Those of us that have been around for a while, we know that. I mean, because there's people that are going to be adults that are going to act like they're 10 years old or 13. But honestly, guys, let's just cut the high school, middle school drama crap, okay? There's enough of that going on in real life. We don't really need it in the video games. The video games are supposed to be the release point for you. It's supposed to be a way for you to get out of your shell, a way to release all that frustration, the anger, things like that. And that's why there's so many CAW shows and so many CAW feds. That's why they're there, to exist, to give that release, to give you something. So please, for the love of God, don't ruin everything that's wholesome about the community. And when I say wholesome, I'm talking about AC Arthurs. Yes, he may be a raver and things of that nature, but he's still a human being, and he still has feelings. And there's a lot of people like that in the community. I mean, anybody can give themselves a. Sorry, I had to readjust my headset there. Anybody can give themselves a gimmick. Anybody. But it takes more than just a gimmick to make who you are. I mean, the die-hard gimmick, I'm a prick, I'm a douchebag, I'm an a-hole, I'm evil, whatever. And a lot of people seem to confuse that with who I really am. I mean, I think I'm a pretty down-to-earth and relaxed kind of guy. I think I'm pretty cool. And I try to connect with everybody I can. But there's always going to be that one group of people I will not connect with. I don't say their name anymore. I don't associate with them. They don't associate with me. Anybody who knows me knows who that is. We can say it like this. They start with an F and they end with an M. So I'm pretty sure you guys know who that is. But I don't like them. It's just the way it is. They don't like me. Whatever. Not an issue. That's just the way it is. I've said what I needed to say about them, so that's just what it is. And I've said it directly to them. So like I said, I'm not trying to rant or anything like that. I'm just saying, if you're gonna say something about anyone, go to that person, say it to them directly. I know this video is kind of long, but I really wanted to say that, because now I'm gonna try to go to sleep, because it's like 8:20 in the morning. And I was laying down, but I just had this thought and I had to do this. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you liked it, share it with your friends, all that good stuff. Because I like seeing the statistics on the analytics that says all the sharing stuff. And for those of you that were wondering, just a little side note here, why we didn't do the TPP podcast on Wednesday, why we didn't do Livewire on Thursday. I was having some big-time issues with Comcast. We had a contractor come out. He was supposed to install some new lines, and he messed it up. And I was without internet for like 2.5 days. So we had just gotten it back Thursday early afternoon, and I was like, I really don't want to do Livewire tonight, and we just did the stream for the show. So again, thanks for watching. But if you're going to be one of those guys that's going to go kiss somebody's ass to their face, but then run and talk shit about them behind their back, don't even bother, okay? Just go jump off a bridge now, or just stop playing the wrestling games. Something. I don't know. Whatever it is, just stop doing it, because we don't want those types of people in the community. We want those that if you have an issue with somebody, you're going to go direct. That's the way to do it. That will make you respectable. And even if it doesn't make you liked, you will be respected, because you'll always come correct. You'll be honest with people. Don't be a liar. Don't be a liar. That is the new campaign. And to the person that tweeted on Twitter about starting a car reality show, I think that'd be a great idea. You know, because, yeah, everybody likes to bitch at everybody, and it would just be perfect. Unfortunately, all the egos would kind of intervene with who should get put over, so it wouldn't work out in that sense, unfortunately. But yeah, guys, so I'm Die Hard, and I will catch you guys next time or whatever. See ya.